Hello guys, this is Adrita from Feynman Education, and today we are going to cover an A-level economics topic. So the topic is from year 1, unit 1, which is specialization and division of labor. So we're starting off with a fairly easy topic. So the structure of these videos are going to be like we are going to pick one topic for each week for A-level economics. It can be year 1 or year 2, and we are gonna go through a topic, the main points of the topic, the main things that we need to know from the topic, and then at the end, if there's time, we are going to quickly go through an essay question. So an essay 20 marks question that comes up in the exam. So we are quickly going to go through one of the essay questions that might come up, potential essay questions, and we are going to quickly discuss the points that we can write in the essay in order to score the maximum marks. So let's start. For specialization and division of labor, uh, it's not that big of a change from O-level economics to A-level economics. So what do we understand by specialization? Specialization is the production of a limited range of goods by either an individual or a firm or a country, whatever it may be, in order to complete a range of goods which is being produced. So if we write down the definition, it will be specialization. We need to know the definition of specialization. So it is production of a limited range of goods by an individual, firm, or a country. So that is specialization for us. Now, what is division of labor? Division of labor is the specialization which occurs in terms of individuals. So division of labor is, for understanding, it is basically the same as specialization, but division of labor is the specialization which individuals do in terms of their goods and services, but the formal definition of division of labor stays the same. So it is the breaking down of the production process in smaller parts so that each worker specializes in a specific task. So division of labor is the breaking down of the entire production process into smaller parts, and each worker in the production process is given a specific amount of task, and he keeps on doing that task all over again and again and again. And it's basically a process which is very interdependent. So it can be, an example of this can be the assembly line which is present in the manufacturing facilities. So a common example is the assembly line in manufacturing industries. So each worker does a specific job, and then the product moves on to the next worker, he does some job on it, and the product moves on to the next worker, he does some other job on it. So that's basically division of labor and specialization for you. So for this topic, there's not much to discuss. There are no diagrams. It's an easy topic. So the main essay question which comes out of this topic is evaluate the advantages or evaluate the disadvantages of division of labor in organizing production. Or so we basically have to write an essay question on the pros and cons of division of labor. So let's change the color. For the essay, 20 marks. So the question is evaluate the advantages of, let's write, division of labor in a production process. This is a fairly common essay question, and they can give you an extract based off of which you have to write this essay question. So there might be an extract, and there can be an example of a division of labor going on in a particular company, and they will have some pros and cons listed according to that company. So that is the application part of the essay. So we're gonna do that as well. So for starters, we are going to write the essay question in two parts. So the first part is our indicative content, where they check our knowledge of division of labor, our application with the extract, and our analysis, which we do after we apply it with the extract. And the second part of the answer has 8 marks, which is our evaluation. So how do we approach this question? For the first part would be, since it says evaluate the advantages, so we are going to first talk about the advantages. We are going to start our essay with the definition of division of labor. That will get us 1 mark. We always start our answers, our essay questions, with the definition of the key word that we are going to analyze further in the 20 marks essay. So never forget the definitions. We start off with the definitions. The definition is this, the same one. Division of labor is the breaking down of the production process in smaller parts so that each worker specializes in a specific task. And then we are going to go on about how this is an advantage for the company. So for 20 markers, 4 advantages are usually enough. So we're gonna do 4 advantages, and along those 4 advantages we are gonna do our application with the extract and our analysis. So for the 4 advantages, we can talk about how if one worker is doing the same task over and over again, he will be very familiar with the work, and over time he will be very efficient. Productivity will increase. If productivity increases, then costs decrease, and this leads to better profitability. So the first advantage is the worker keeps on doing the same task over and over again. So the worker's efficiency increases, and this increases productivity. We are gonna further elaborate on the point by taking in any points that might have been given in the extract. So I remember once doing an extract from a question paper which had a similar question, and they had given us an entire calculation on how workers are being way more productive in terms of division of labor and in compared to workers who are not under division of labor and who are producing this many amount of goods. So the amount of goods being produced in the company who followed division of labor was way higher than the company who did not. So that is how we are going to relate. Productivity increases. We could, if that was the extract, I would have said that. So this is how the productivity is increasing by this amount of units of products and so on. The second point can be that because workers are only doing the same task over and over again, there is no need to train them for different tasks. So lower costs and higher profits. This can also be related to the extract by however they have presented it in the extract. And then the third point can be that so if costs are lower, so we're gonna build it from here. So we said that no need to train the workers for different tasks. This will in turn lead to lower costs and higher profits for the firm. If costs are lower, lower costs can be translated to the consumers in the form of lower prices. So consumers can enjoy lower prices because of the lower costs that are being incurred by the firm. And if consumers incur lower prices, higher sales, higher profits again. And lower prices might also mean consumers are more attracted to buy the products. So all of these are advantages for the company. And lastly, our last point can be that if so our last point can be that if the production process is being broken down into small parts, there is no need for the workers to wait for another worker to use a certain machinery. So the workers can concentrate on the jobs which best suit their skills, and they can use the machineries whenever they are required because it's a straight line production method. So, and the workers can also gain a sense of achievement from the branch of production that they're doing. So if workers are better motivated, more productivity again. So basically this point can be stretched a lot, and we can talk about it like workers, there is no need to move around the manufacturing unit because the half finished good comes to the worker. So what we are gonna write is no need for workers to move around the production unit because the products come to the worker, and this means less time consumed. Less time consumed again promotes efficiency and productivity, so win-win for the company. Okay, so these are the 4 advantages, and in between that we are going to do our application with the extract. Since we don't have an extract right now, we can't directly do it, but like I said, there will be several points in the extracts which you can use. So you're going to use them and analyze them, and they're going to get you your 12 marks. And the second part of the answer is our evaluation, which contains 8 marks. So for evaluation, we are going to talk about how it is not a very good idea for the company to use division of labor. So the first one that comes to our mind, for evaluation we can give 2 counterpoints, or to be on the safe side, I usually gave 3 counterpoints with some analysis from the application and analysis from the extract. So since we know the points, we can give 3 counterpoints over here, since it is not a very big answer and it does not have diagrams. So the first point will be division of labor might cause boredom because the work is monotonous. So the worker is doing the same task over and over again, and it's repetitive, it's monotonous. Workers might get bored, and if they get bored, it will hamper their productivity. Productivity will fall, their motivation will fall to work, and so on. And then the second point can be that the entire production process is interdependent, right? So one worker finishes the task on this product and then he sends it to me to do the other work on the product which I am supposed to do. So this interdependence is a problem. If one worker is absent from the production process for one day, the interdependence will cause a problem in the sense that the entire production process will break down because nobody is present to do his part of the job. So we cannot take it from there, from his part of the job. So interdependence means the production process can break down when worker is absent. And for the third point, we can talk about how worker motivation might fall. Or another very strong point, let's since we talked about monotonous over here, let's not talk about worker motivation. Let's say how workers may be leaving because of this monotony and boredom, and firms might find it difficult to replace those workers. And if firms spend time recruiting more workers, there will be a sort of time consumption and time wastage, so workers might leave. So company needs to recruit more workers, company recruitment time, so the company needs to recruit more workers, and this will take time, recruitment costs, and so on, and this will again raise the company costs and decrease profits. It's not very efficient. So we are going to write these 3 points. 3 points are very much enough, and we are going to analyze each point, try to relate it back to the extract that's been given to us, and we will be good to go. So this is all for this topic. I have never encountered any other question from this topic, and if you know by your heart this entire essay question about division of labor, you will be very much good to go. So that's it for today. Thank you.